Okay, we are back to part 2 of the ongoing saga of Violet Willow. I've got my HUD set up more or less the way I want it. I may tinker with it a little more as we go on, but for now, I like what I've got. Everything is ready to rumble. I will add more to the HUD as I need to as we play. But for right now, let's get this game started. And I really ought to disable those. There, I know how to play this game. Alright, so, first quest. Coming to Limsa Lominsa. For those of you who are new to this game, this is your basic quest acceptance screen. This will reward me 50 XP out of the 300 I need to get to level 2, and 103 gil. I have begun a quest. Now right now you'll notice one thing there isn't in this area is other players. We're kind of in an instanced area for new players to just interact with the world before they get thrown in willy-nilly to the wonderful wide world of Eorzea. Our first objective is to talk to Baderon, who is the head of the local Adventurers Guild. That big ol' green check mark means that is the end of a quest. So Limsa is an area that has all sorts of trouble. All of the areas of Eorzea have all sorts of trouble. Limsa's trouble comes in the fact that this area is basically a former haven for pirates, many of which have reformed and have formed this community, but a lot of them still have that old pirate blood in them. And outside the city you've got the Saga, the fish people, and the kobolds, causing trouble of their own. We'll get to the two of them later on. And they'll all talk about the calamity, that thing that happened 5 years ago. Basically, when the first version of this game bombed, and the genius Naoki Yoshida, who rebuilt this game, pulled the plug on 1.0, he did it by quite literally destroying the world, and that was the calamity. And the Warriors of Light that they're talking about, that nobody can seem to remember, were the original players of 1.0. But of course, nobody can remember what exactly happened, so there you have it. Again, we're wiping the slate clean and starting over with what is a much better game. I never played 1.0, which by most accounts is a good thing. I was brought into this game during the open beta, My brother got into the closed beta from some friends at work and started raving about it. I had dabbled into WoW a number of years ago, never really got into it that much, but wanted to give a good MMO a try, and I've been playing ever since. And the thing that's really kept me here, to be honest, is it's a good community. I am not the most social individual in the universe, and so it's good to have when you're playing most content with other players, they are, for the most part, very civil and very friendly. So even an antisocial guy like me can have a good time interacting with people from all over the world. So, to all of you other antisocial gamers out there who have always wanted to play an MMO but were afraid of interacting with other people, this is the game for you. You'll always find a few jerks, but for the most part, people are respectful and friendly around here. Hey, you don't want to mess with her. Oh, excuse me. Okay, after all that exposition, it's time to start the game proper. I'll get me my quest XP. And now apparently there's nobody here. Alright, Betaron's going to give us 3 tasks. We need to activate the Aetheryte Crystal. I think I'm just going to start moving the text a little quicker. If you want to take the time to read it, that's what the pause button's for. Then we need to go to the marketplace. And then we need to go to the Arcanists Guild. And of course he mentions that there's a lot of side quests hither, thither, and yon. When this game was first released, the side quests were actually extremely important, as they were actually a pretty good source of XP. That said, when Heavensward was released, and in fact as later patches have come out, the main quest, the experience given out for the main quest has been increased dramatically, which means that basically, if you stick to the main quest for the most part, you'll actually level up very quickly just by doing the main quest. You may have to do some side quests and some other content to help you level up, but for the most part, if you just do the main quest, it should get you up to level 50 about the time you need to be for the end of the game. And really the same is true for the Heavensward content. Of course, with all the stuff you can do and all the dungeons you can run to level up, you'll find that you're probably not going to get very behind on levels. In fact, you'll probably be ahead more often than not, without having to do a lot of side quests. Again, this is different from the way it was when the game first released, merely because they want you to be able to get through all of the content and all the older content quickly and get to the new stuff, which is a good decision in my opinion. And there's a stairway leading down somewhere around here. Oh, they want me to talk to the... Ah, they want me to talk to this guy. Or not. I guess I have to take this one on. Okay, now I can go downstairs. So what happens when you don't pay attention to the text? Ooh, I think I should probably change the size of that bar. I'll do that off camera. The good news is, everything that I'm doing is basically going to be in a line. Alright, now that I've completed that side quest, it's time to attune to the Aetheryte. Alright, he's going to teach you a little bit about the Aetheryte, but I'll give you the lowdown. The Aetheryte is basically your teleport points. You'll find one in every major and minor settlement. You know, little out-of-the-way towns and stuff won't have them, but most regions will have at least one Aetheryte that you can teleport to. You'll set one Aetheryte as your home point, which you can teleport to for free, but it's only like once every 30 minutes you can do that. And then, as you get more and more Aetheryte crystals, you can teleport between them, and there is a fee in Gil to do so. Early in the game, you might find yourself hurting on fees if you're teleporting too much. Later in the game, it will not be an issue. Though I understand that when Stormblood comes out, the distances between the continents you're going to be visiting are going to make teleporting a lot more expensive. Next we talk to this guy. I will give him this item, and he's going to talk to me about shopping. If you've played any video game in the world that involves shopping, this is really not any different than anything you've ever encountered. So I won't insult your intelligence by explaining too much about it. A lot of the stuff here in the major cities is going to be mainly low-level gear. The higher-level common gear you're going to find generally in the areas that have enemies of the equivalent level. need to change some things on my chat log as well, but that again will be for off camera. Alright, last but not least, we stop by the Arcanist Guild. The Arcanist Guild is where we're going to learn class skills and get class quests. Alright, now as you can see, there are differences between the different quest markers. This is for a standard side quest right here, whereas this blue one with the plus means it's one that usually unlocks new skills or new instances or any sort of relevant content. So the normal side quest will get you experience and some gil and maybe some equipment. The blue ones are a little more important to do. In this case, it's our level 1 class quest, which is extremely important. So I'm going to pick that up. The receptionist is going to tell me to go and speak with the guildmaster, but the guildmaster is apparently not there. So I need to talk to Thubergium. I'm not even going to try. It's this, it's the guildmaster, the assistant guildmaster, shall we say. And a rather elegant-looking Roganin. I am prepared to reason. Okay, so we're going to cut it off here, and when we return, I am going to start this level 1 Arcanist quest, and the game will start in earnest. Till then, this is Lord Xenon signing off for Violet Willow and her continuing adventures.